Hey there, it's Mr. Tush over at Global, and today we're going to do a timing reaction game. This is a pair programmed game, and you are going to need a couple of classes to get this done because it is more complicated. But what's going to happen is we're going to play this game right here. Let me pull it up for you. I click the green flag, and clouds are going to start coming across. And as I click the clouds, I get a little popping noise, and I get a point every time I click the cloud. You'll see that there's a timer running. You'll see that the clouds come in at different locations. I have to click them. If I let them go, they'll keep going through. And at the end of my timer, it comes up and says that I win. And just so you're clear, if I click nothing, I'll just let you know that the timer runs, sorry, the points have to run to 6. So if I don't click any clouds, or I click fewer than 6 clouds, I'll click 2 clouds, and I get to the end of the game and I haven't clicked any more clouds, the sun will still come up, but it will tell me that I did not win. Now, how does this work? I'm going to show you how this works. You're only going to have the film. I'm not going to be giving you anything other than this, and I do not want a sunrise game. I want you to design your own game to react your own way, where they have to click things to get points against a timer. And that's what it has to do. Now, the way they did it here was that when the green flag was clicked, they set the timer to 15 seconds, and we know how timers work because we already did that. Set the points to 0. We know how points work. We did that too. We have a timer and a points. We took care of all of that. And then what happens is, and there's a couple of blocks that they defined in there. We'll get to that in a little bit. But what happens is the clouds come in. It repeats this little process until the timer goes down to 0. And what happens is each time the cloud goes to 240x. 240x, if you remember, x is from negative 240 to positive 240. It goes all the way over here to positive 240. And then y, pick a random number between 180 and negative 180 and 180. Some random time right here. And you'll see I've got a little sign here. It says chooses the random vertical y. Y is the up and down, like a yo-yo y. So it picks a random up and down, and then side to side. So you see it's randomly picking it up and down. The next cloud is going to come in at a different spot, and it goes across. Now, how does it move? Well, it moves using a combination of change x by -5. X is the across. So it's subtracting -5. It starts all the way here at x 240, and then it goes 235, 230, 225, 220, blah, 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 all the way across. And it changes the x by -5, and it repeats it as many as 12 times. Once you get the 12 times, it ends up gliding across the entire distance. When I click it, when this sprite clicked, you see it says right here, it changes the points by 1. Plays my little pop sound. I have my little pop sound. I think this is the pop it uses. And it plays this little pop sound. You'll see. And then it hides it. So once I click it, it hides it. So it shows it to start the glide, and it hides it. Each time randomly picking an X, or a Y rather, randomly picks a Y, sends it across on an X. Every time I click it, plays the pop, and that's how that works. Now, when it is done, what happens then? Well, I created a couple of custom blocks, and it's waiting for a message. What? It's waiting for a message? Well, as a matter of fact, it is, because once I get to the timer repeating, it repeats this until the timer is 0. Once the timer hits 0, it broadcasts win message. It broadcasts this message called win. Cloud does that. And the sun, when it gets it, if the points are greater than 6, it sends this message called you win. And I create a little custom thing called you win. Otherwise, it says sorry, you lost. So I've got a couple of different messages here. Sunrise. It shows, it starts the sound, that's my singer sound. Where's my singer sound? Here's my singer sound right here. And it plays my singer sound, and then it glides 2 seconds all the way up to the right, and it says whatever my message is, okay? Now, sunrise, the message here, what they did when they built the sunrise, you look at it, they built it sunrise and a message. which means it will always say whatever I tell it to say. So right here, because I built this with Sunrise and an input of message, if it is greater than 6, it says you win. If it's not greater than 6, it's just the else. It says, sorry, you lost, try again. Now, the timer does the countdown. I can change my timer anytime I want. And I'm using the Sunrise block so that depending on what happens, my sun says different things. When the timer's up, the sun says, time's up. If I win, the sun says win. If I lose, the sun says I lost. I can use a custom block to have my sun tell me different things. So as a result, the whole game randomly sends clouds across, changes the Y location each time, changes the X by a -1, gliding all the -5 rather, gliding all the way across the screen 12 times. You can look at that code. Make sure you pseudocode it out. My time is up. My sun rises, and it gives me an answer. And because I won, it gave me the I win. If I lose, it would give me an I lost message. There's an example. I do not want you using sun. I do not want you using clouds. I want you doing a completely different game, using different parameters, but create your own clicky game that plays for a limited amount of time. So you have a timer pressure, you have moving sprites that must be touched, and you can design a cool kind of a game, like a little gallery whack-a-mole type of a game for users based on this. It's a pair programming piece. I am looking for a few parameters in here. I'm looking for 3 or more time sprites, a timer block, user-defined blocks, keeps score, gives the user feedback, it gives maybe some help directions, the game stops, notifies the user when it's over. A game keeps track of things, and I'd love to see you design layers that get harder as you play the game. Good luck. You'll have 2 classes to work this out, and at the end of the second class, we're going to expect that to come in. Best of luck to you, and thanks for watching.